Welcome to this live event. My name is Juliana Rabi, career coach for remote jobs, and today I'm here to talk about LinkedIn, but very specific aspects of LinkedIn, strategies that you can implement today in your LinkedIn profile to increase your visibility as a job seeker, your credibility. So recruiters and hiring managers will love your LinkedIn profile as soon as they land on it, and also 5 hacks to increase the visibility of your profile. So pretty much we're going to go deep into how to use LinkedIn to make the most of the tool and to help you to land the job, the remote job, the hybrid job, the office job that you want to land. So welcome to this live. I'm really happy to be here. For the ones who are watching live, we are streaming live on YouTube and also on LinkedIn. So if you are in one of those platforms, just say hi in the chat so I know that it's working well, all the technical part. I will do some quick check here. If you are online, please help me and say hi in the chat so I know that the the transmission is happening, because there are like a lot of technical things that I need to check from my side that you don't see, but that they are happening here at this moment, right? So just to make sure that it's it's live on LinkedIn and live on YouTube. So if you are watching live, please say hi in the chat, confirm if you can hear me, if you can see me. If you're watching the recording, thank you for your time also. I hope you enjoy. I really prepare this content in a way to be very practical so you can implement as soon as possible. So let me know if you watch the recording. You can still comment and I will read your comments later. Okay. Okay, we have Leslie and we have Rosie on LinkedIn. Amazing. Welcome, girls. Nice to have you here. If there is someone on YouTube, also please say hi in the chat so I know that you are the transmission is working fine. Okay. Hi, bodies. Welcome here. Nice to have you here. All right. So as we have some people join live, I'm curious to know, where are you connecting from? Where are you now? Which country, which city are you? I will start, okay, and then you can share in the chat. I am right now in Lisbon, in Portugal. So I got here 9 days ago. Yes, I got here. I'm still a bit with jet lag, still adjusting to the different time zone. But yeah, lovely to be here. I've been to Lisbon and to Portugal before, but it's always good to come back. So I'm connecting from Lisbon, Portugal. Where are you connecting from? Let me know in the chat. I know that my audience is very international, and that's one of the things that I love about working remotely, right? That the location, the physical location where you are, is actually secondary in the process as far as you are doing your job, delivering results and solving the problems you're hired to solve. You can actually connect and work and live in different countries. So I love this flexibility, and that's the choice I have made, like travel and work at the same time, because I work remotely. So I can definitely do that, and I do, believe me. I make the most of it. We have Rosie from US, Leslie from Baltimore in Maryland, Emilia from Macedonia, and Boris from Germany. Nice, very nice, very international audience. I still don't see anyone from YouTube, so maybe there is no one live there. But if you are on YouTube, just say hi in the chat so I know that the transmission is also working well on YouTube. Okay, let's start, because I do have a lot to share with you today. I prepared a lot of interesting things to share, and I want to start giving you some context. Okay, last week I also did a live and I spoke about LinkedIn, but from the perspective of setting your profile, configuring, maximizing your LinkedIn profile to be able to land a job through LinkedIn, through the profile. So everything that I'm going to share now, it's kind of advanced because it is connected to the previous live. So in case you were not here in the previous live, what I want to do is I will share in the chat the link to the recording of the previous live, because it's like, this is the second part of the live. The first part that I did last week, I explained step by step the most important parts of the LinkedIn profile, what you need to write, how to make the most of the profile photo, the headline, and all of that. So if you still don't feel 100% confident about your profile, I hear you. That's perfectly fine, but we need to fix that. This is not good, right? So first you recognize that maybe my profile can be improved a bit, but you need to fix that. So you can check the link. Don't leave the live now. Stay here with me, right? So you get the most advanced information, and then you double check how to upload and update and optimize your profile. So you can click on this link that I shared in the chat. You will open the recording of the previous live, and then you watch that later. But please stay here with me, because I want to share with you the strategies and the hacks on the LinkedIn profile. But if your profile is not yet optimized, if you're not 100% sure about it, check this link that I just shared in the chat, and you will learn how to optimize your profile. Okay, we have more people here from US, from Romania, from Nigeria. Very nice. You're all very welcome. I see how committed you are to spend this time together and optimize your LinkedIn profile. So let's do this. Before I share the presentation, I want to share this. I really value your time. If you are watching live and you blocked your agenda to be here, you probably said no to other things, right? To be here with me live. So thank you. I appreciate that. Also, if you're watching the recording, because sometimes you're not available right now as I'm speaking, but you see the value of this content and you're watching that. So in any case, if you're here with me, I want to recognize your time. I want to reward your time, and I want to extend a special offer to you. So I prepared a special LinkedIn service for the ones who are watching live. Actually, the service I already offer, but what is special about it is the price. So I'm going to make a special price only for the ones who are watching this live or the recording. So if you want my help to improve your LinkedIn profile, if you want to know more about it, just send me a direct message after the live. I will reply you back, and I will share what service I prepared for you and the special price. Okay, so only for the ones watching this live, you'll get a very special price in one of the LinkedIn services that I provide. We can talk about it later. Just send me a direct message, and I'll share all the details. Okay. Let me see. Malaysia also in the room. Hi, City. Nice to have you here. Sabrina. Okay. YouTube, all good. Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina, for confirming that. I really appreciate. So the technical part is all good. Let's start now the 3 LinkedIn strategies and the 5 hacks. I suggest that you grab pen and paper to take notes. As I said, it's going to be very practical what I'm sharing here. So you should be able to implement as soon as the live is over. You should be able to go to your LinkedIn profile and implement that. So you might want to take notes or even some photos of the slides, up to you, but I really suggest that you take notes to implement that as soon as possible, okay? Because my idea, my goal for you, what I'm here to do is to help you to land your dream jobs with those LinkedIn setups that I mentioned in the previous live and the improvements that I'm gonna talk now. So let's do it. Let's dive deep into that. First thing, I will share 3 strategies to make a better use of your LinkedIn profile. And I mentioned 3 free strategies. If you pay attention on the upper part, right? I said 3 free strategies. Why am I saying free? Because you might know that there are some paid versions of LinkedIn. You can pay and you have access to a premium LinkedIn version. There are different ones, different prices, different benefits that you get out of that. I won't really talk about it. That's not the purpose of this live. But everything I'm sharing here with you today, you can use in the free version. So attention, you don't need to pay a LinkedIn premium profile to benefit from what I'm going to share with you. Everything I will talk about now is on the free version, okay? So it's accessible to everyone, actually. There is no excuse for you to do not implement it, because everyone who has a LinkedIn profile can start implementing those 3 strategies immediately, okay? The first one is treat your LinkedIn as your landing page or as website, okay? Landing page or website, whatever term you're more familiar with. So treat your LinkedIn as your landing page. Why am I saying that, Juliana? I don't have a landing page, or I have a landing page, but it's different than LinkedIn, or I not even know what is a landing page. Well, landing page is like a website. When you enter in a website and you see someone, I don't know, promoting a services or some services or a program or selling something. So like any website that you use on internet, okay, that can be considered a very simple version, a landing page or a website. So why am I inviting you to treat your LinkedIn as your own landing page? Because the landing page and your LinkedIn profile, they have a function, they have a purpose. Clearly, you use LinkedIn, or you should use. If you're not using like that, you rethink the way you're using LinkedIn. But the purpose of LinkedIn when you are a job seeker is to sell you as the best candidate in the marketing. LinkedIn is like a marketing material for you. It's going to be there to promote you, to showcase your skills, your background, your experience, what you can do for the other company. So when you treat it as a landing page, you're more intentional about it. Everything that I write, everything that I do on LinkedIn has a clear idea of helping to sell me as the best candidate in the market. So I'm not on LinkedIn to connect with friends. I'm not on LinkedIn to just scroll down and read what people are doing. I can also do those things. But your goal, if you're treating LinkedIn as your landing page, is to sell not a product, but yourself as the best candidate available in the market. So it starts here. It's like a mindset shift when you start approaching LinkedIn as your own landing page, as your own website, okay? So be very intentional about the copy, about the way you write the text, the words, the expressions, the order, even the order that you present the information, everything is important. So the copy, the way you write things are very important on LinkedIn, because we are treating it from now on as your own website, your own landing page, okay? But instead of selling a product, you're selling yourself, right? Be clear when you write your LinkedIn profile to show three things: what you do, which kind of job you do, what is your expertise, which kind of industry you work for, which kind of services you provide, what are you a specialist in, okay? So what you do, for whom, which kind of companies, which kind of clients, which kind of market, it should be all clear in your profile, and how you do it, what makes you special, what is your way to achieve your results. So what you do, for whom, and how, it's extremely important. I know it's simple when we look like that, right? On a PowerPoint, it looks like simple, but translate your own experience, 10 years of experience, 20 years of experience. I don't know how many years of experience you have, right? But translate all your career into tangible things like what I do, for whom, and how. This is complex. So when you try to transform everything you have done in a text that you place on LinkedIn, it's complex. I know it is complex. So saying like this, it sounds easy and obvious and very aligned with, like, okay, if I'm treating my LinkedIn page as my LinkedIn profile is a landing page, it makes sense that I'm very clear about the product, like yourself, for whom you're selling that, which kind of companies you're targeting, and how you achieve the results you're saying that you achieve. But when you write that, it can get more complex. So just keep that in mind. The execution is not that easy, but this is the mindset that you should have when writing and optimizing and using your LinkedIn profile, okay? Um, Make sure people can contact you easily. So make sure your contact details are visible. Make sure that if you have a portfolio, you link that to your LinkedIn profile. Make sure you share your email address. So make it easy for recruiters and hiring managers to contact you, because you want to attract the visibility. But you want also people to be able to contact you. They might love your profile, but then if they don't find your email, they don't find any way to connect you, or they send you a message on LinkedIn, you never reply, then they go for another candidate. So make it easy for people to contact you. And also, as much as possible, show results from previous jobs, results that you're generating right now in your job, in your career, for your clients. So if you have numbers and percentages to mention, even better. The more specific, the better, okay? Because it will make you look good, and it will make you differentiate from all the candidates. I know by experience, because I'm a career coach, I was a recruiter for many years. Most of job seekers, they are very vague when they are writing their LinkedIn profile. They don't mention what they did good for previous companies and clients, because they think, some of them feel they're bragging, like, who am I to be, showcasing those things? They feel uncomfortable doing that. And some of them, they don't have the data because they never thought about it. Like, I don't know the impact I generated to my clients. Like, my manager never shared those numbers with me, or I never paid attention to it. So there are different reasons why job seekers, they don't go on LinkedIn and are very clear about the results they generated to previous companies, numbers and percentage. But you are going to do that from now on, because This is a way to stand out from others. You're going to look very good if you are presenting yourself with data, okay, to support everything that you did. So overall, my first strategy for you to optimize your LinkedIn profile as a job seeker, to make the most of it, is treat your LinkedIn as your landing page, okay? Let me say one thing I didn't mention before about the chat. I want to keep the chat open for you to comment and ask questions at any time. From time to time, I will review the chat. So if what I'm sharing is not clear, if you want to ask something about it, you thought you understood, but you're not sure, if you want to share your personal, professional situation and ask me something, you want to share an example that what I'm speaking now resonate with you and you want to share something, please use the chat for that. Let's make it like a two-way conversation. I mean, I won't hear you as you can hear me, but I can definitely read you. So please make the most of the chat and let me know any comments and all of that. Oh, we have Latricia. She said she's back from part 2 today. Nice. I remember you were in the previous live, right? That we spoke about setting the LinkedIn profile and optimizing. And now we are going deep into the strategies and hacks. So nice to have you here. Welcome back. So for everyone in the room, everyone watching live, please join me on the chat, sharing your comments, your questions, your feedback, and if what I'm sharing here makes sense to you, or if this is like the first time, maybe you never thought that you could approach LinkedIn as your landing page. So let's communicate through the chat, okay? Make sure you write comments, questions, and feedbacks to me there, okay? Let's go to strategy number 2. Strategy number 2 is engage with other people's content. Engage with other people's content. When I say engage, just to make sure we are on the same page, when I say engage, I mean clicking like or any of the options. Now there is like a heart, there's a hand, there is a laugh, there are different emojis that you can interact, but let's say click like, comment, write a comment on someone's post on LinkedIn, and share. You can share the content, someone's content, you can share that, it appears in your feed. That's what I mean by engage with other people's content, okay? So you read something that resonates with you, you like that, you have something to say, and you make an action towards that post, being clicking like, writing a comment, or sharing that content. So my strategy is that you engage with other people's content. Let's see why. I have reason to tell you that, to suggest you that. Let's see some of the reasons. I summarize because I have actually many reasons to suggest you that. Well, let's see some of them. First, because it's definitely easier that you engage with someone that already put the time to create the content than creating your own content. I'm not saying that you should not create your content. That's amazing. Please go for it. If you can, if you feel ready, if you're already doing that, keep creating your content. That's another level. But the basic strategy I want to share here is like, even if you're not creating your own content, you can go on LinkedIn. You can follow people that are related to your industry, people that talk about the topics you want to talk about, and then you engage with their content. Is much, much easier than starting creating your own content from scratch. So no excuse to, Juliana, I don't know what to do on LinkedIn. Just scrolling down. I have nothing to do. I don't know what to do. Well, now you do. Now you do. Start engaging with other people's content because it's easier. It's an easy way to use the platform, okay? Also, every time we engage with someone's content, you start being visible to people who are outside of your network. So I don't know if you know that, but if you comment in one of my posts, okay, everyone who is connected with me, I have more than 10,000, 12,000 people, I think, people connected with me. All those people will potentially see your comment on LinkedIn. So you kind of get out of your own bubble of networking and connections, and you jump into the other person's connection. So your visibility does like that, boom, almost explode. And that's amazing because that's exactly what you want as a job seeker, right? Visibility, because the more people see you, more people can like you and trust you and eventually hire you for a position in their company. So visibility is one of the goals that you should have with LinkedIn. So when you comment on someone else's content, you are definitely 100% increasing your visibility outside of your network. So amazing strategy to get more visibility as a job seeker. Okay. You can also potentially, right, in theory, um, speak or chat or get visibility at least to people who are potentially interested in you, right? If you comment the right post, let's imagine that you want to work as a project manager, okay? And then you comment a post of a project manager. So probably that project manager has other people in his or her network who are also project manager. Probably he's connected with companies that have a project manager. Maybe his previous company, he was also a project manager in his previous company. So people who are in the same industry that you want to be or that you are, they have connections in that industry, but they might be different than your connections. So you can get visibility to those people, and eventually they might even end up hiring you. Of course, there are some steps to get there. Visibility is not always equal hiring you, but it starts with visibility, right? So when people know that you exist and they see value in your content, they like what you write, they start seeing you as an expert in your area. Potentially, recruiters can see you, potentially your future hiring manager, someone that can refer you for that position. So there are so many goods out of it, so many possibilities that are interested, and it always starts with you engaging with other people's content and potentially being exposed to the ones that will end up hiring you for your future job. How amazing that. I find it fascinating. I don't know about you, but this for me is like magic, because like a comment that you write can have so many consequences and you cannot control that. This is completely out of your control and you don't know what's going to happen, but something very interesting can happen out of here. You can also start establishing connections, strong connections with professionals in your industry, in your area, in the companies you want to work for. So you increase your networking, and yeah, again, you can end up working with those people. So you not only get visibility to them, but you can go one step further and increase your connection with them also. So definitely go for it, visibility, and then you start engaging with them more often, maybe even sending a connection request, sending private messages, and so on. So you create strong connections with professionals in your area, in your industry. Okay, that's a good way to take it once you start engaging with their content. Okay, and then there is also from the software, from the algorithm, from the robot. Okay, LinkedIn is a platform. So there is a software, there are some numbers and some machines behind that. From the platform perspective, when you use more often the platform, when you're writing comments, when you're clicking like, when you're sharing content, the platform understand that you are active, because you are active, right? You're doing stuff, not only reading posts. I'm not talking about reading posts. I'm talking about writing, clicking like, or share. That's the activity I'm talking about. So when you do that, the platform, the algorithm of LinkedIn understands that you are active, and the algorithm kind of reward you for that, because all social media at the end of the day, they want people to spend time on that's it. We don't necessarily pay with money, but we pay with our time, right? So when you are using the platform, when you're engaging with content in the platform, the algorithm understands this person is active. We like active people on the platform, so let's show this person first when the recruiter or a hiring manager or someone search for his or her kind of profile. So even for the robot that is behind LinkedIn, is beneficial for you if you engage with other people's content. Okay, I don't know if this is new to some of you. I don't know your knowledge level about LinkedIn. I know this can be a bit intense and new for some people. So let me know in the chat if you are already engaging with other people's content on LinkedIn. Maybe you have never done that. That's also fine, but just let me know in the chat so I can feel a bit the level of the audience here, the level of people who are watching live, because I know this is going out of our comfort zone, right? When you write something, you are somehow exposing yourself. I totally get that. But even if it's a bit scary and you're not sure what to write and the consequences of that, remember there are so many benefits out of it that I definitely recommend you to give it a try. So let me know in the chat if you are already engaging into other people's content, if you have ever wrote a comment on a post, or click like in post, or if you're more like scrolling down content and not really engaging. Let me know in the chat. I'm curious to know that. And remember, everything I'm sharing here is very like deep and high level into use of LinkedIn. So most of people don't do this. I know that, but I'm here to challenge you to go further and to try new things, because if you are not achieving yet the results you want in your job search, you need to do different things to increase the chances of achieving that. So when you start engaging into other people's content, you definitely increase the results, or at least potentially increase the results that you have. Okay, so if you want to share in the chat if you already engage into other people's content, if you have ever done that, I will like to know that. So let me know in the chat. I'll keep going in the meantime. Okay, how to engage into other people's content. Let's be practical here and see different ways that you can do that to help you to implement that, because I know it's not easy for everyone. So first, choose wisely. Be very smart, be very intentional about the kind of content that makes sense for you to engage with. This is another post with a lot of information. So if you want to take photo, or if you want to take notes, this is a good content, because I'm explaining the step-by-step for you to go from, okay, I know I need to engage into someone's content on LinkedIn because Juliana said it's good, but I don't know how to do it. So this is the how. Okay, first you need to choose the kind of post, video, article, photo, text that you want to engage. So first is choosing, right? Out of everything that is on, on LinkedIn that appears on your feed, what are you gonna engage with, right? So please don't waste your time with commenting posts and things that are not related to your professional area, to the kind of job you want to do. Why is that, Juliana? Well, because if you want to land a job, you should engage with content related to your future job, just to make it easier for you and to train the algorithm and people around you. So for different reasons, stick to content that is related to the kind of job you wanted to do. That will narrow down the posts you're going to comment, and you don't waste time with posts that will not help you to land a remote job. So you engage remote job or hybrid jobs or office jobs, okay? Engage with posts that are related to the kind of job you want to have later, okay? Then please be always polite and add value. If you disagree with the post, if you have something bad to say about those posts, it happened to me. Sometimes I completely disagree about something, but you know what I do? I choose not to write a comment about it. Or if I do, very few times I write a comment disagreeing with the author, but still I make sure I'm very polite and I add value to the discussion, to the conversation. So overall, my suggestion is if you agree, if you have something to add, it's a nice comment, you go for it. If you don't like the post or the content, just skip it and go to another one. That's very, especially if you're starting to be more active on LinkedIn, okay? Always, always, always show your expertise. So LinkedIn is not the place to be shy, to think that, oh, if I say this, it looks like I'm bragging, or I don't want to, feel like overconfident. No, no, no. This is the place to showcase your expertise and your skills. So you have to do that. Every time you comment, you have to show what you know, okay? So it's not bragging, it's adding value to the conversation. And remember, LinkedIn is, let's treat it as your landing page, and it's a marketing material to use. So you do want to use every single opportunity you have, every comment you write, to showcase your expertise. That's the whole purpose of the story. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually what I'm inviting you to do. So go for it. Don't be afraid of that. Just do it. If you can, mention real situations. That's a nice way to engage, right? You can share an example that happened in your current job, or something that happened in your previous job. You can share something that you read on a book, an article that you read, a conversation you have. So bring to the comment the reality of your life, your professional life, your personal life, right? But bring examples that happen to you, because it shows that you are up to date with your industry. It shows that you are studying, that you are, paying attention to things that are happening around. So it's always nice to mention real examples and share them, share those examples in the comments that you make, okay? And then you can also join groups. There are groups on LinkedIn. I don't know if you knew about it. Yes, you can join those groups, and if you choose wisely which groups you're part of, there might be people in from your industry, from the companies you want to work for. So it's also a nice way to start seeing their comments, their posts, their materials. So it's easier for you to spot interesting posts to engage, because you're already in groups of people who talk about that specific topic. So you have more chance to see content that you like, and then you can comment. Okay, so this is how you engage with other people's content on LinkedIn. Those are some examples of how to do it. And then the third strategy, this is a higher level. I know it, but I want to challenge you to really start going further and go out of your comfort zone. So first is engaging with other people's content. That's what I just mentioned. But now you can also create your own content. You can create posts. You can create posts, you can create videos, you can write a poll, you can be active on LinkedIn, sharing your own voice and the things you have to share, say your opinion, your experience, and all of that. Why am I inviting you to create content? Because people first need to know you, to trust you, and to eventually hire you. So if you are a job seeker and your goal now on LinkedIn is to land a job, nobody will hire you. Let me tell you this clearly. Nobody will hire you if they don't know you. They need to know you exist. And after that, they need to know that you're good at what you do. Competition is high, right? So know, trust, and potentially hire. So when you create content, definitely you're going through this way. You cannot control the hire, I know, but you can control the know and trust, because you generate trust based on what you share, being constant on LinkedIn, the value that you add to the discussion, to your connection. So creating content is a great way to build trust, visibility, and increase the chances that your future company will decide to hire you, okay? Because check the second bullet point, you show yourself as an expert in the area that you want to be seen as an expert, right? So people will start thinking about you like, oh, he is the person for this. Oh, I actually need to hire someone in marketing. There is that girl that is, writing very interesting content about market. So people can start connecting the dots and like your industry with your name. People will start thinking about you when they are looking for some candidate, someone for their team, someone to hire for a project, because they start seeing you as the go-to person. They see your expertise. How do you do that? Creating content is one of the ways, not the only one, but it's one of the ways, okay? Remember that decision makers are on LinkedIn. A decision maker, if you're not familiar with this term, is someone that decides about hiring you or hiring the other person. Decision maker is the person in the company that has decision powers, maybe the hiring manager, maybe the CEO of the company, the ones that will say, okay, between those two candidates, I want to hire this one. So those people, they are on LinkedIn. So if you maximize your visibility, they might end up seeing you and liking you and trusting you. And then when you apply for the job or when you go for the interview, it's like, I know you already. I know you. I like you. I like what you say. Like I've been, connected to you, so I want to hire you. So yes, people who will decide about hiring you or your competitor are on LinkedIn. Try to get visibility to them even before you apply for the job. Okay, and you can connect with people. Who read your posts. So you post something on LinkedIn, and then some people are gonna like it. They are gonna comment your post, your content. They're gonna share it. You can increase your connections and start connecting with them because they already came to you. They already found your content good. They interact with that. So it's a nice way to it's a natural step that you just extend the connection request and you start connecting deeper with them. So it's a nice way to attract people to your profile also. So I know this is uncomfortable. I was feeling like that years ago when I was not yet creating content on LinkedIn. And it is challenging, I get you, but remember, very few job seekers do it. So just by creating content, you are already differentiating yourself in a very positive way from other job seekers, okay? Let me know in the comments if you also uh, create content on LinkedIn. Is anyone in the room here already creating content? I'm really curious about it. Please let me know in the chat. Say yes if you're already creating content, or say no if you're not creating content. There is no right or wrong. What I'm saying here is sharing strategies that are already tested by my clients, my career coaching clients. They got good results by creating content, even if they are not feeling confident about it at the beginning, even if they still feel like, oh, uncomfortable with that. But the ones who, started creating content, they are feeling, they are finding it useful, and they are getting good results and networking and conversations, and sometimes even job offers. So I'm curious to know if the ones watching live are already creating content or not. So let me know yes if you're already creating content. Let me know in the chat, or no if you're not creating content. Okay. But if you're not, I invite you to get out of your comfort zone and give it a try. So yes, well, let me know in the chat. Yes, you write yes if you're already creating content, and no if you never did it. But hopefully after today, you'll be at least curious to do that. Okay, let me know in the chat, and I will keep going here. One more comment about it. Why? I mentioned that before, but just to summarize why it's important that you, as a job seeker, you create content, because it's one more touching point to generate credibility to you. It's one more chance that recruiters and managers will find you, and they will trust you. They will like your content. They will see your expertise. People might share if what you write is really good, what you shared is valuable to them. They might share that to others. They might tag other people to invite them to see your content. So again, you get visibility outside of your network. You cannot control that, and that's amazing. So if what you are sharing is good, it's a matter of time that people will interact and reshare that, giving you much more visibility to it. Okay. If you also use other social media platforms, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you have your own website, you can repurpose the content that you shared on LinkedIn. You can share in other places also. So it doesn't need to be an extra thing to you that you're like the content you're creating that you're gonna only use on LinkedIn. No, you can reshare that content in other platforms. So you get the same content and you share it in other places, increasing once more your visibility. Okay. As I said, the more active you are in the platform, the better for you in different ways, including that more people can know you and potentially hire you. So activity, use of the platform will also increase your visibility, and by default, the chances that a company hires you faster, okay? And as I said, companies and hiring managers, they need to know you. They won't hire someone that they don't know. So they need to know you before they hire you. So creating content is a great way for people to know you, okay? I'm finding the chat very quiet. So can you just say hi if you can hear me, just to make sure that the transmission is okay? Just say hi, just confirm if you can hear me. The chat is very quiet and you're all very active before. So just confirm if you can hear me, if you can see me, just to make sure that the connection is working fine. Okay, so let me know. Just say hi in the chat, just for me to know that you are the transmission is working fine. Okay, please say hi in the chat if you can hear me now. And in the meantime, while you say hi in the chat, I will move to the hacks, the 5 hacks that, okay. Latricia is confirming that is fine. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about the 5 hacks for you to increase your profile's credibility. Okay, people will trust you more. People will like you. They will see you as a go-to person in your area. They will find your profile so good that they are like, I want to interview this person. I want to hire this person. So very interesting hacks for you as a job seeker start implementing right now. Okay. Hack number 1 is have recommendations in your profile. Okay. For the ones who are not familiar with that, on LinkedIn, you can have recommendations in your profile. Did you know that? So if you don't have any recommendation, you might not know because you might not have any recommendation, right? But as soon as someone writes you a recommendation, the recommendation section appears in your profile. So if you have no recommendation, you don't need to be searching for it because it won't be there. It just appears, the recommendation section, when someone writes you a recommendation. But it is a tool, it is possible to have recommendations, and it's highly, highly, highly recommended to have recommendations. How can I say that in a different way? I suggest that you have recommendations in your profile because it will really make you look good. So keep that in mind. I should have recommendations in my LinkedIn profile. Think about how we buy stuff nowadays, right? If you go online to buy I don't know, a car, probably won't buy a car, but let's say a bag or a book. Yeah, I think those are better examples. A bag or a book or a t-shirt, you probably will read the recommendations of that product or even the service, right, before purchasing it. So we all read recommendations. Let's agree on it, right? It's normal nowadays, in our times, that we all read recommendations. So it's important to have them because recruiters and hiring managers will read your recommendations also on LinkedIn before deciding if they want to interview you first or the other person. So it's good, it's important to have recommendations in your LinkedIn profile, and you need to ask for them. Of course, people can spontaneously write you recommendations. I know that. I receive spontaneous recommendations very often. But if you're starting, probably you will need to ask your previous managers, your work colleagues, your clients, people who started with you. You will need to ask for recommendation. So don't be shy to do that, okay? You will need to make this movement. You want to improve your profile. You want to land a job, so it starts from you. If eventually you get a spontaneous recommendation, amazing, that's cool. But probably you will need to start that. So you, right? You will need to ask for those recommendations. So just change your mindset and stop being shy about it. There is nothing wrong about it. People are on LinkedIn to connect. So writing recommendations is just like a normal thing that happens within the platform, okay? You can also help the person you ask for the recommendation to write it. What do you mean, Juliana? The person will write it. How can I help the person write the recommendation? That's exactly what I'm saying. You can help the person to write the recommendation. You can tell the person, for example, look, I'm improving my LinkedIn profile because I'm working on my career. I want to, be ready for my next job and prepare. I'm interviewing for jobs and all of that. So depending on the relationship you have with the person, you can be upfront about it and you explain and you say, it would be great if you could write me a recommendation and if you could mention that specific project that we did together, or if you could mention when I received that award, or if you could mention when I met, when I like surpass that sales goal that I had, or when you said that I did a great job with that client. So help the person to know about one specific example or situation or period of time that he or she should mention. So sometimes the person is like, yeah, I can write your recommendation. What do you want me to write? So you just anticipate and you share one specific example or situation that the person could refer to it. You're not manipulating, you're helping the person to write the recommendation. People will thank you for that, believe me. And also, if you can write a recommendation back, that's a very nice way to thank the person for the time and effort. If it makes sense, sometimes no, but one way to say thank you for the recommendation that you received is that you write another recommendation in exchange, okay? But trying to have recommendations in your profile, I always suggest my clients to have at least 3 recommendations, new recommendations per year. So we are in June, almost July. So if you don't have your 3 recommendations from 2023, it's a great time to go for it. Okay. Hack number 5, okay. Add external links to your profile. Add external links. What I mean by that is, what I mean by that is there are different places in your LinkedIn profile that you can add external links. One of them is the featured session. This is a session that you need to add to your profile. So again, If you have never heard about featured, what is that, Juliana? It's a section on LinkedIn that you can add like your website, you can add like external links in general. You can highlight a LinkedIn post that you wrote or an article that you wrote on LinkedIn. You can highlight a document like a PDF or a photo. Yes, external links, posts, articles on LinkedIn, and photo or PDF like a document. So if you don't have that in your profile, don't go there and search for it in your profile because you won't have it. You need to go to add section, and then add featured. So the feature is a great place to add link to your website, portfolio, maybe blog post. If you're interviewed on a podcast, if you did a presentation, you want to add it there. If you were interviewed on a newspaper, you have the print of the newspaper, photo of the newspaper. All those things will look really good in your profile. And you can do that adding the featured area in your profile, okay? Another place, another section in your LinkedIn profile that you can add external links is the experience. You know, when you talk about the jobs you had, your current job and the previous job, did you know that you can add links? Yes, if you scroll down that area that you can write about the experience, and in the final part, there is, I think it's like add external link. I think that's how they call it. So you can add the link of the company's website, for example, of a blog that you wrote related to your job. Anything that is relevant to that experience, you can add an external link in the experience part when you're talking about the specific job you had, okay? And again, don't be shy, okay? This is part of the LinkedIn way of using the platform. People add external links and they look different, they look more qualified, they look more interesting, their profile looks more dynamic, more complete. So for different reasons, it's good to do that. There's no need to feel shy about it. Just go for those external links, okay? Hack number 3. Yeah, not 5, 3. Hack number 3, personalize your URL. The URL is the link to your LinkedIn profile, okay? Is that link that when people click, they will go automatically to your profile. The URL, the LinkedIn URL, is a great thing to add to your resume. I don't know if you're doing that already, but when you add in the upper part of your resume, your contact details, right? Your email, your phone number. Another great thing to add is the link to your LinkedIn profile because it just makes recruiters' life easier. If they receive your resume and they want to check your LinkedIn profile, they can just click there in your LinkedIn URL and they will be automatically directed to your LinkedIn profile. So personalize it, because I don't know if you paid attention to it already, but if not, now that you know about it, you can check how is your LinkedIn URL looking like. But by default, when you just create the profile, check those bad examples here. Those 2 examples are real examples, and they are the way that LinkedIn creates automatically the link to your profile. So if you just created your profile and you never change it, your URL, your link to the profile, it will look like that. Your name, your surname, and some random numbers, and sometimes even letters. So it looks weird. It looks ugly. It looks long. So you don't want it to look like that because it shows that you didn't optimize that. And because you are a very smart job seeker and you are watching this live, now you know that it is important to optimize your LinkedIn URL. It's going to look better in your resume and it's going to show that, hey, this person knows how to use the platform. So you want to do that for different reasons, okay? Also, it makes it easier to understand who you are, because look at this. The second bullet point in the bad example here, it's NK Design. I don't know what is the person's name. So it's better to make it easy, keep your name and your surname on your LinkedIn URL. So you can go on your profile. So click me when you are in your LinkedIn profile, click in me in the upper right part, and then there is an option to change your LinkedIn URL. That will make it easier for people to remember you, generates credibility, because those random numbers, they look weird. So you just want your name and your surname, that's more than enough. And for the SEO, when people search for your name, then your profile will appear faster than if you have random numbers and letters on it. So how is your LinkedIn URL? Is it personalized already, or you never thought about it? If you never thought about it, you might want to check that and see if you can change that, optimize it. Okay. Then hack number 4, 4 out of 5, is answer to private messages. Okay. The private message is like the chat on LinkedIn. Oops. Yes, this one. Sorry, I touched it here by mistake. Answer private message. So when someone writes you a private message, can be a recruiter, can be a hiring manager, can be someone that is not a recruiter or a hiring manager, but someone that sends you a private message on LinkedIn, okay? Reply to those messages, even if you're not interested in this specific job offer. That's very common when you are searching for jobs. Sometimes recruiters will approach you with jobs that you are not interested. Maybe they don't pay the salary you're looking for. Maybe they are very junior, or they are in an industry that you don't want to work for. I get it, that happens. But when you don't reply to those messages, even the ones that you're not interested, when you don't reply to them, you cause a bad impression about you. It's unpolite not replying for that. You might tell me, Julian, I received 30 messages per day, 30 recruiters approaching me every day. Then in this case, I can understand you. I can be more flexible. But if you don't receive 30 messages, recruiter messages per day, it's important that you reply to those messages so you keep a good relationship, a good communication with your with the recruiters in general, right? People that you are connected with. It's a way to recognize and to value the recruiter's time. So the person, took the time to write you and to share a position. So it's a way of, thanks the person for sending the message, even if you're not interested in the job. Of course, if you're interested in the job, one more reason for you to reply. But even if you're not interested, it's recommended as much as possible if you have the time to reply back. And I was a recruiter for 15 years, so I know exactly why I mentioned the 4th bullet point. Sometimes I said no to a candidate, but 1 month or 2 months later, I contacted that person again, and I had another opportunity for that person. So don't close doors with the recruiters, because the person might change the kind of position he's recruiting for, and then might have another position that is more related to your profile. A recruiter might change companies. I did that. I changed companies, and I was still connected to the candidate on LinkedIn, and then I contacted the person in my new company, and I ended up hiring in the new company. So it was a no before, but because the communication with the job seeker was good, I ended up hiring that person in my next company. So those things can happen also, right? I also remember as a recruiter that some candidates, they would take so many days to reply back to me, like a week or 10 days. Then the opportunity was not available anymore. Like I was already interviewing candidates. So remember, don't lose potential job interviews. Keep this communication with the recruiter happening and fast, because then you don't miss any interview invitation, for example. So check at least 2 times per day LinkedIn, ideally more, but at least 2 times, let's say Tuesday and Thursday, so you don't miss any important message there. For the algorithm side, for the robot, for the software that is behind LinkedIn, it's also good that you answer the messages. LinkedIn will understand that you are active on the platform. And as I said, every social media like actives people on it. So replying the personal message, the private message that you receive on LinkedIn will also help to increase your visibility in the platform, okay? And I know that the inbox, like where you receive the notifications about the message and all of that, can be a bit confusing. I know it gets confusing to me too, especially if you have a lot of messages and people reach out to you, but you can filter, that you can filter like unread messages, and then it's easier for you to identify the ones that you still need to reply back. Okay, so it can get confused, but it's doable to do it. So pay more attention to the message that you receive and put some time to answer them back. Okay, and then hack number 5 out of 5 is the last hack. Last but not least is an invitation for you to personalize your connection request. Interesting. What is a connection request, Juliana? In case you don't know, a connection request is when you send a message to someone. not a message. Yeah, a message. When you want to connect with someone on LinkedIn, you can send a connection request. You can just click in connect and automatically connect. Or when you click in connect with someone, a small window will pop up and it will ask something like, do you want to add a personalized connection request? And then you should say yes. And then you should write the connection request. It makes it more personal. It looks better if you send a connection request, but you need to do it in the right way. So take some time to review the person's profile. Who is that person, right? You need to know, otherwise you cannot write anything to that person if you have no information about the person. So take some time, 1 minute at least, to quickly scroll down the screen, the person's profile on LinkedIn. You can check the activities. Activities is the section on LinkedIn profile where you can see everything that the person does, every comment, every like, every content that the person published, and you can see everything on the activity. So it's a nice place that you can check to get more information about that person. And then think about how can you approach that person? What can you write to that person? Think about it. Don't go automatically. Take some time to understand the person's profile, review the profile, and then you write something to that person, okay? Don't go very generic. This, hi, looks like we have a lot of things in common, which is a very common way that people approach people on LinkedIn. It feels so off. It's like, it's a copy and paste message. Everyone use that almost by default. So you want to look different, right? You don't want to just do like everyone else is doing. So my suggestion to you is that you use the 3 magic steps that I created, this formula, this structure, this guideline for you to write connection requests on LinkedIn, okay? First is that you call the person by the name. So not hi, sir, hi, ma'am, hello. Say the person's name. So hi, John. It feels much more personal and it feels like you are writing to John and not to everyone else the same message, right? So call the person by the name. Attention here to the spelling, okay? If you write the person's name in the wrong way, it will feel off. We don't like to see our name spelling wrong for our name. So it's important that you write it correctly. Just read the right way to write the person's name and make sure you do that. Also, try to pay a compliment, say something good about the person. Juliana, I haven't met the person yet. How am I going to pay a compliment or something? Well, check the LinkedIn profile. Remember what I said before you write the message, check the LinkedIn profile. Find something good, find something that resonates with you, maybe where the person is stirred, maybe the company the person is now, maybe something that the person posted, maybe you are from the same university. I don't know, try to find a common thing or something that you can pay a compliment and mention that in your message, because it's going to show that you took the time to get to know the person. It's going to make you look good. And at the end, just ask to connect, nothing more. Look, when you are sending a connection request, it's not the time to ask if you can send your resume. No. Ask if there are open positions in the person's company. No. Ask if the person says, no, who is the manager? No. Just ask to connect. I'm looking forward to expand my network. Let's connect. That's it. Low risk for the person. And here I shared one example, right? Could be like, hi, Juliana. I found your profile very interesting, and it was great to see how you moved from an engineering position to a manager in such a short time within the company. You need to read the profile to understand that, right? I'm already following your organization and would appreciate connecting with leaders in the industry. Have a great day. Regards. And it's still under 300 characters because that's the maximum number of characters that you can have in the connection request, maximum 300, okay? So personalize your connection request, make it feel like a human person is writing and not like copying and paste the same message all over again. So those are my 5 hacks plus the 3 strategies that I shared at the beginning. As I said, very practical and very useful. All of them are already tested with myself, my own experience on LinkedIn and my job seeker clients. So you are welcome to start implementing them and letting me know as soon as possible the results you start getting, okay? We are moving towards the end of the live. Unless there is any comment, any question in the chat, let me know. I want to mention again that I'm creating a special offer for the ones who are watching this live right now with me live, or even the recording. So if you're watching the recording, this is also valid. I offer different services related to LinkedIn, and I want to make a special price for your discount, a special offer. So you need to say, hey, Juliana, I was present in the LinkedIn Live. I want to know about this special offer. So you need to let me know that you are here. Otherwise, I won't know, right? So let me know if you are interested. Send me a direct message. I will tell you more details about it. And hopefully I can also support you in your job searching process, improving your LinkedIn profile, and land the job you want faster. So I'm here for you. Just drop me a message and let's see how I can help you with that. Okay. I am Juliana Rabi, career coach for remote jobs. I do lives often here on LinkedIn. So if you like this content, just make sure you are back in my next live. I will see you soon. Okay. Have a great day. Take care. Bye. Ciao.